There are tons of random and creepy things that people discard by just leaving it at the side of the road. I mean, we have a whole video series on scary things people have found in the trash. But the one thing you shouldn't do is take home these objects. Like, hello, the person is getting rid of it for a reason. Maybe the object is cursed. Who knows? I have done enough scary top 10s to know that that is certainly a possibility. Now, there are people out there finding USBs and thinking that it's a good idea to take them home and plug them into their computer. Like, no, you're just asking for something to go wrong. Your computer could get hacked, you could witness something terrifying, or you could get haunted by the ghost of whoever owned the USB. Okay, the last one was a bit of a stretch, but I'm just trying to emphasize to never pick up a random USB, no matter how curious you are. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 mysterious USBs discovered. But before we begin, let me know in the comments below the scariest thing you have found. Starting off this countdown, we have the aliens. Story goes that a young man found a USB stick in an abandoned parking lot. He did what I warned you all not to do and plugged it into his computer. And what did he find? Well, the USB stick had tons of files on it. Some were password protected and others weren't. In one folder, there were several images and videos of what seemed to be planets and outer space, and even aliens. Yep. Some of the videos you could see a blurry UFO flying across the sky. On top of that, the USB itself had a weird symbol carved into it. One of his friends analyzed the files and said that it contained old Voyager satellite recordings that were never supposed to be seen by the public. Now what's creepy is several weeks after he posted his story on Reddit, his whole account got shut down. Poor dude, no one knows what happened to him. Maybe the government came after him for revealing the truth about aliens. In our 9th spot, we have the library book. This next individual was going about his day looking at books in the library when he came across a book that had a hole cut out in the pages and a USB stored within it. He decided to check out the book and take the USB home with him. However, when he tried to open the USB, it was password protected, so he was never able to get into it. The next day, he returned it back to the shelf where he found it. But he still wonders what's on it. Honestly, now I'm pretty curious too. This sounds like something straight out of a movie. But it also seems like the USB was put there as like a drop-off location. Maybe it contained secret classified information. But we'll probably never know. Moving on to number 8, we have the therapist. This individual claims that he found a USB that contained a therapist's detailed notes on one of their patients. He wrote about how the patient had profound auditory hallucinations and visual delusions. Apparently, the patient felt like he was being followed by a presence. Now, of course, the therapist doesn't believe in ghosts, so he just diagnosed the patient with schizophrenia and left it at that. But as you continue to read their interactions, you can tell that the patient was legit being haunted by something. Every time the therapist saw his client, the more distraught he was getting. Their last entry states that the client began to have glassy looking red eyes. So this dude was clearly getting possessed here, and the therapist was ignoring it all and letting it happen. If he needed to get an exorcism done, it's the therapist's fault. Moving on to number 7, we have the loose floorboards. This next story surrounds a newlywed couple that moved into a small old cottage style home. Shortly after moving in, they decided to replace the floorboards in the kitchen since they were pretty squeaky. But upon lifting the floorboards, they found a bunch of mysterious items. There were children's toys, a large sum of cash, and a metal box containing a USB. I mean, that's a pretty odd collection of things to hide under the boards. After looking at the USB, they discovered the history of their house. Apparently, it was once owned by a young girl who ran away after becoming pregnant. She then lived in the house to hide her pregnancy from her family. On the USB was pictures of her and her baby, as well as copies of emails she would send to her friends and family. It's a pretty sad story, and who knows what happened to her now. In our 6th spot, we have the hacking. So, like I mentioned before, USBs are a great tactic for hackers, as proven by this next story. So, a naive man picked up a USB that he found on a park bench and brought it home with him. But when he plugged it into his computer, he was instantly hacked and his whole laptop crashed. The hackers stole all of his private online information. He had his credit cards hacked and other valuable information stolen. So don't be a nosy Nathan and fall for this scheme. Apparently hackers do this near businesses that they want to penetrate with hopes that a worker there will find the USB and plug it into their company's computer. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the lost USB. This next user discovered a USB out in the middle of the woods. Two big red flags there. Creepy lost USB and the middle of the woods. Well, on the USB was a bunch of weird video files. The videos were short 15-minute clips of random rooms of a house in the dark. To make things worse, the USB itself had "scary monsters" written on it. Hold on a second. So you're telling me that they found an old USB in the middle of the woods that was labeled "scary monsters" on it, and they still thought it was a good idea to bring it home and see what's on it? What's wrong with people? Coming in at number 4, we have the sad face man. This next individual found a USB in an old briefcase that he bought from a second-hand store. On the USB was a bunch of copies of old emails. The emails were pretty weird, talking about someone named the sad face man. The sad face man was always written in all caps and bolded letters. They were saying things like, "We have to do as the sad face man says," or "I think I angered the sad face man." All of the emails were pretty strange and didn't really make a lot of sense. But obviously there's a darker meaning to this. It's believed that these emails contain some sort of secret message. And obviously the sad face man is code for something. But the question is what? Making our way down the list at number 3, we have the dark web. I swear, some people are just out there asking for it. So this next individual thought it would be a good idea to not only go on the dark web, but to also purchase a mysterious USB from the dark web. What could go wrong, right? Don't get me started with that. After receiving the USB in the mail, they plugged it into their laptop. Now, I assumed that it would have immediately caused the laptop to explode or something like that, but it didn't. Instead, the USB contained 5 random videos. The videos had a pure black screen, and all you could hear was a person screaming. Each video was titled as a different person's name and had different voices screaming in pain. So it's thought that he literally bought audio of different people getting tortured. In our second spot, we have the diary. This next story was posted on Reddit by the user BreakerMW. 5 years ago, he found a USB in a parking lot adjacent from his apartment building. On the USB were countless diary entries dating from August 2nd, 2013 to December 20th, 2014. Everything was normal about the entries until October 26th. On October 26, 2014, the person wrote, "He woke up earlier than usual today. Probably 5 a.m. I think. Seems he wants to get an early start on the day. Hit the gym and all that. I watched him get dressed and head out. He came back by 6:15 a.m. A short workout, but I guess he has lots of work to do. While he was out, I felt so lonely." In other entries, the person wrote things like, "Guess he's tired. He did wake up a lot in the night. I considered leaving from under his bed to say hello. Maybe help him sleep." The entries revealed that this person had been living in his apartment for over a month, spying on him without him knowing. And in our number 1 spot, we have the decoded message. A mysterious video was uploaded to YouTube claiming that it was a video found on a USB stick. The video was very strange. It consisted of a bunch of random outdoor shots, like of trees, a building, and a spider, but in the background, all you hear is a mysterious sequence of numbers.
20, 9, 10.
People then jumped to the conclusion that the video was a cipher that needed to be decrypted. They think that the video is riddled with clues. Other people noticed that if you slow down the video, then you can see a scary clown twice. Once at the end, standing at the end of a dark hallway holding a knife, and the other time you can catch a glimpse of the clown's gown. This has led people to believe that the video is linked to an unsolved murder that occurred in Sydney, Nova Scotia. The video may contain the longitude and latitude coordinates of where the murder victim is buried, but no one has yet solved this creepy mystery. And that's all for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. I'll be shouting out comments from my video, Top 10 Scary Netflix Shows That Should Be Banned. Emo Panda 69 commented, my favorite Netflix show and show in general is The Umbrella Academy. You know what, I've never seen it, but I heard it's good, and it is filmed here in Toronto. Fun fact. Martin Western commented, my favorite is Stranger Things, but I also love House on Haunted Hill and Scream Queens. I think you meant The Haunting of Hill House, which is a really good TV show, and I can't wait for season 2 to come. The other show's pretty good too. I like Stranger Things. Ellie's Edits commented, no one's gonna talk about how she mispronounced intestines wrong? How did I say it in the video? Isn't it intestines? What did I say? Now I have to go back and watch it. Small intestines, large intestines. What did I say? I don't even know what I would say wrong. Like intestines? Intestines? No, intestines is still the word though. Is it not? Intestines? Okay, I'm not stupid. I know it's intestines. I don't know. I'm gonna find out though. And that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shoutout. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see you.